I apologize in advance.
Hold on. What? What is it? Is that mango lassi? What is that?
Just plain old straight up lassi. Ice cold. And the best part is this. Oh yeah, come here, baby. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Looks like your mom's flaps.
Oh.
Same.
The biggest, the baddest, wackiest, funniest, filmiest show on earth.
Never
Hey, welcome back to our Stupid Active Corbin.
I'm Rick.
Follow us on our official Twitter account.
I'm gonna miss this.
I mean, your wife can make it, right?
Yeah.
Can she not?
And I'd probably find it somewhere, but it's so perfect. I've been drinking this so much that I actually prefer it to mango lassi. I like just plain old normal straight up lassi.
Have you oh wow, you're so Indian, Rick. Shut the fuck up. Today, what are we doing, Rick?
You know what it's almost like? It's not too far removed from the same flavor palette of my mom's cheesecake. Oh.
Is that what you call? I use it by a different name.
Oh, dude. Anyway, what are we doing?
We are doing an interview with Mammootts here.
The Mammootts.
Who I wish was coming to IFLA.
Oh my goodness, I got more flaps. Holy crap. Oh, it's so gelatinous. Oh, I can't even grab it with my fingers. It's so tender and moist.
So this is an interview with the Hollywood Reporter India. So that's with Anupam Chopra, who, did you know, did not even review Durandar 2?
Yeah,
you remember?
I told you that like a week ago, saying, why hasn't the Hollywood Reporter reviewed Durandar 2?
like
Why?
You remember the big hubbub with obviously her first review, right? Everybody was mad at her because she didn't like it, which I think is ridiculous. Obviously, you know, you can give your opinion even if you don't like it. Give your opinion, right?
Of course.
But to not even like I would even understand if Anupam Chopra didn't want to review the second one because she didn't like the first one. But like nobody at the Hollywood Reporter did it.
No, literally.
Yeah.
No one at the Hollywood Reporter. It's fine if a particular reviewer says I'm not going to do it, but how do you not review what is going to be one of the biggest films of 2026?
Yeah, possibly the highest grossing Indian film of all time.
Yeah, I don't understand. I would really love to know. I looked it up. I looked up why hasn't the Hollywood Reporter, because they reviewed the first film the opening weekend.
Yeah. It's wild. But anyways, it's an interview with her and Mammootts here about Patriot and I guess his career and all that kind of stuff. Very exciting. Cool. I was hoping we would possibly get the opportunity to interview Mammootts at IFLA this year. I didn't know if he was going, but the Patriot was opening Indian Film Festival of Los Angeles this year. The director was going, and they usually bring at least one star, and I would have been happy with any of them going. But anyways, let's get into this. Here we go.
Okay.
Have you ever thought of me playing a vampire?
I would love to see that. Will you play a vampire?
Will he?
Didn't he already kind of do it? Did he happen if he would someday? Dude, I love his shirt. His shirt's bomb.
Actually, we have never had the stardom on our shoulders. We are normal human beings, like friends. When my first day, when I was accompanied by his manager, not mine.
Really?
Because my manager was looking after him in Sri Lanka.
I spoke to Dulkar about Loka, and we talked about Muthon. He says you're proud, but you're not convinced about playing the role. So please become convinced. I'm just saying as a fan.
I told them, not only if at all I convinced you, I have to convince you about my piece.
How do you maintain the artist and keep the art above the stardom?
Is that not a good quality?
It's a great quality.
Yes, enjoy it.
So, welcome to the Hollywood Reporter India. It is such a pleasure to be sitting here with you at the Grand Hyatt Kochi. Your body of work is so vast that if we really go into it, we'll be here for many hours.
More like your body and your
Over
work.
400 films, over 50 years.
Not actually 50 years, because in between there is 9 years gap. 71, I had a cameo, a kind of a small role, because I was trying to get into the film somewhere or other, but I could only have a small chance. That is without lines, not even a close-up, like that. People started counting me from there. Actually, my original career started in 1981. That is now 45 years. I don't mind saying 50. But the gap between my first film and my next film is around 9 years.
Wow. Wow.
So, okay, you can count. But other 9 years I was practicing to become an actor. You can take it that way.
That's right.
The training also can be counted.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I completed my law. I finished 3 years, almost 2.5 years in the court of law. I was practicing.
Jeez.
Then only, I still trying. I never wanted to become a lawyer, but incidentally, as a security, I started practicing as a lawyer in Malabar. Suddenly I got a call from MD. That way, that story is known. But 50 years experience or 40 years, whatever it may be, 400 films, of course.
Oh, more than 400.
More than 400.
Yeah.
That is true. Because this being a smaller industry, taking lesser time than any other filmmaking in the world, we could make more than 30, 35 films in different kind of roles, big hero, small role, supporting role, comedy role, villain role, any role. That took initially 4 years. I was doing more films. That made the number big.
Yeah.
When I started making separate single hero films and that responsibility of making the film run, then I was very conscious and cautious.
Yeah.
And it started, still then I was doing 15 films.
15 films a
15
year.
films in it.
Good Lord.
That went up to 2000.
That was his tone down.
Early 2000 or maybe the next century. And it's now 4 or 5 films or 2 films. It depends the kind of films I do.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I want to ask about your last release, Kalam Kaval, right? In which you play a serial killer. And of course, I knew that before I watched the film. I also knew you produced the film, but when you actually see it, when you see those first 15 minutes, you murder this woman very casually, and then the credit comes produced by Mammootty company. Matlab, like the head is blown that here is this superstar playing a serial killer, producing the film himself. What makes you just push yourself in all these directions?
I started my production company only to make films which I like to make and others are not ready to. Got my point?
Yeah.
This, I don't think any of my producers will be willing to make this film with me in kind of role. So it is initially, end of the day, I am an actor basically. And of course, I depend the support of the stardom in me to being a good actor, better actor. And try to do good films and better films, better kind of performances I can give. So I choose. Only you cannot do performance in the same role 100 times. But it should be different.
Yeah.
Different kind of, see, our society, we have 1.5 billion people, that much of a character in our country. Yeah. So we have 3.5 350 lakhs or something. People here, crores, maybe. I always lose my counting technique. Anyway, this much of characters in Kerala.
Right.
If at all I do, how much I can do? Everybody is a character. You and me are different characters. Other than females, most of the men are all each character. So I have enough to do. So I do. I want to do all, but it's not possible. That much of greedy I am, not for money.
Sir, you've always been a risk taker, right? My first memory of you is Adu Sir's Vidyan, which is 1994.
Yep.
And again, the character you play he's doing terrible things, right? And you were doing that
He's
then.
a feudal.
He's a feudal casteist lord.
Everything, feudal lord. Bad man.
He's a terrible man, right?
He's not a terror, he's a terror himself.
Exactly. And you did it so well that you won a national award.
But incidentally, and there is another film called Pondanmada.
You won it for both.
Won it for both.
Yes.
The other role is just opposite this.
You're a very good man.
No, he's a poor peasant. Poor peasant. He's supposed to be a slave kind of a character.
Correct.
Then it is a kind little period is there. He's a slave. The other film, he's a master.
Yeah.
The same year, 2 films. Both were mentioned in the national award.
It's amazing. I mean, that's the versatility. But tell me, as an artist, how do you assess risk? Like, you look at a role, do you see risk?
Every role is a risk. Every film is a risk. There is no formula to make a film run. It is, the luck is the best formula. But you do it honestly and very sincerely, effortfully. I think that will pay out someday. Not only today or tomorrow. Someday it will pay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm enjoying. I've been taking all kind of risks when I'm doing my roles. I used to fight with my directors that I can do only this kind of thing. But still, the film survived, and I'm also surviving as an actor, of course.
So your upcoming film, Patriot, is one of the most anticipated films of the year.
Naturally, 2 stars, me and Mohanlal.
Yes.
We are starring after a long time together.
18 years, I believe.
Maybe. But the film is actually not driven by the stardom. We are playing only 2 characters. The film actually is driven by its content, its plot.
Yeah.
So again, we are experimenting. Not experimenting actually, the commercial things are there, all the so-called, you can pinpoint certain elements, but still it has a story and it has a plot.
Yeah.
So that's why we want to make people to be prepared to watch this movie.
Yeah.
The 2 heroes coming from 2 sides and shaking hands cannot be, because we are playing friends, but it's entirely different kind of a role. We have no female here, female opposite everybody, both no heroines, but there are female characters, very strong.
Yeah.
Very strong and bold female characters. It's not a formula film, but it's that I think this film will make a formula later. This is not a film made on formula. This will be a formula making film.
Exactly. It looks like a very intelligent
Intelligent
thriller.
and it took very rich. We took nearly 30 days to complete the film, and we have been shooting in and around India.
Yeah. Yeah.
A kind of international subject is there.
Yeah. It looks international. When we see the teaser. But sir, in the teaser, there is that shot of you and Lal sir walking.
These things are not important in the film. They are walking together. No. We are friends in the film.
But can I just say it's very exciting as a viewer to just see the 2 of you?
That, of course. The other 2 people are there.
Yes, of course. There's Fahad, there's Kunchato, Nayanthara,
Just a couple other people.
And other 2 girls also very good.
Yeah.
And cameraman, director, Mr. Rajiv Menon.
Of course. And Mahesh himself, Mahesh Narayanan. Yeah. It's an amazing
This story, actually
talent.
what happened, this should not have happened. This have never happened. Not happening. This thing we discuss in the film should never happen.
Right.
So we have there is only incidents, but we wish this should never happen.
Yeah. Yeah. But, sir, tell me, so you and Lal sir have done 55 films together.
Good
Yes.
Lord.
Right? So obviously you are also very close friends. But you're doing this film after 18 years. What was that first day of shoot like?
Shoot normal. Nothing special about it. First shot was in
was normal.
Ceylon, Sri Lanka, Colombo. We
You get
started-
into rhythm immediately.
See, we are already in rhythm. Nothing. There is no such kind of, what do you call, actually we have never had the stardom on our shoulders. We are normal human beings, like friends, maybe more closer friends. Our family is very close together. So there is no, see, he is coming and I am coming, I want this, nothing like that. See, initially, when my first day, when I was accompanied by his manager, not mine.
Really?
Because my manager was looking after him in Ceylon, Sri Lanka. Anthony was accompanying me, Andrew was there. This thing happens. That's how it is.
You know, I asked Mahesh about the different ways in which the two of you approach acting. So he said that Lal sir is a very spontaneous actor.
Spontaneous actor.
Right? It's in the moment, it comes. But he said
He's an actor of the moment.
He's an actor of the moment. But he said you construct a performance like an architect. You actually build it. And everything, your voice modulation, your posture, you think it's all deliberate. You decide it. Can you
That's
talk a
very
little
much
bit about that?
De Niro and
Acting is
Pacino.
deliberate.
Yeah.
Acting is acting.
Yeah.
There's no correct way to act.
Acting is, I cannot say how it's engineered or architected. There is no science for it. Every actor has his own methods.
What is your method?
I can say that I cannot name a method.
Depends
My
on the
method is
character.
my films. You can see, make it from my films. What kind of method I follow. I don't follow any method. And it's a very tricky question. Just like a magician say he's tricky. He has a secret, but we don't have any secret.
Correct. Correct.
Actors, because when the camera is on, we have the BP up. Unless the director say cut, it comes down. That much pressure is there.
Yeah.
Initially, first acting is to hide that pressure, feeling of pressure. That is the first acting
Yeah.
in every shot.
You still feel that?
Of course, every shot, every film is new.
Okay, and are you an actor who likes a lot of preparation? Like, do you like to do reads and
The
all of that?
so-called preparation is not there. I don't prepare. I don't go to play a doctor. I will not go to the medical college for at least 5 years and pass an MBBS.
No, of
you
course
don't need
not.
to.
Right.
See, preparation is that already you will be watching people, observing people, and you will noticing all their activities, nuances, gesticulations. This will be there recorded in your brain when you think of a role. It is actually, I don't tell anybody I'm going to do this, I'll be doing like this. It comes to me.
In that moment,
In that
it just
moment.
comes.
Yeah, it just comes.
So your
But
preparation.
because once I'm doing something, I have to maintain it till
Right.
then, till the character should be maintained properly.
Yeah. Like in Kalam Kaval, he's eating the cigarette.
That happened only in the scene, first scene,
It was spontaneous.
spontaneous. And then that became a mannerism.
Right. Right. So basically, you, of course, know your lines, and then in the moment, the performance emerges.
See, if you know the lines, you can play with it.
Yeah.
I like to play almost every time.
It's the most important part.
I enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, you can say one line can be told in different ways.
Yeah.
So I can try, if one take is okay, if it's not okay for some other reasons, if the director call for another take, I'll have a different kind of a modulation. But maintaining the
It's an acting exercise.
Correct. But sir, are you one of those actors like Rishi Kapoor sir used to say that he cannot do the exact same thing in the 6th take that he did in the 1st. Can you do that?
No, I was even Dr. Jabba Patel was shooting me with for Ambedkar.
Ji.
Was taking 16 takes sometimes because it's very difficult for me to speak the lines in English without making any mistake. I said, Baba, why are you doing this to me? If one take is okay, then why you are making? But you are making 16 shots in 16 ways. I am not able to choose.
He's greedy and he wants all of them.
I don't know. You can only take one in the film. You cannot take all the 16 shots.
Correct.
Because that's the way. Every time we are acting.
Yeah, yeah.
And Rishi Kapoor is a favorite of mine.
Really? And,
He's a good actor, wonderful actor.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Really, really. So is there any emotion that is a challenge for you on screen? Like Shah Rukh says that he finds it very difficult to laugh on screen. Is there anything that you find hard?
We know,
I don't
Shah Rukh.
find any difficulty to anything, but I find it difficult to make people laugh.
Really?
I mean, comedy.
Really?
Comedy doesn't suit for my face, my gesticulate. Sometimes it's very difficult. If at all I do comedy, it should be serious. People should feel it's a comedy. That's the way only I can do it.
Correct.
I cannot make a clowny face. That's the problem with me when I do comedy.
But do you enjoy it? Do you like doing?
I like comedy. I love comedy. But problem is because I am seen more stiffer, tougher roles. It is very difficult to audience also to come down, to melt, loosen the tightness.
Hey, after playing a serial killer, maybe that's the next.
You need to do comedy.
breaking of
That's all
the
in the
image
writing.
That you do
No,
comedy.
next time I am Adur Sir's film, I am playing a doctor. Doctor
Padyatra.
Padayatra.
Yeah.
Doctor, the tragedy of the doctor actually. It's actually his tragedy.
You know, last year I was interviewing Lal Sir with Prithviraj for Empuran. And Prithviraj said that the greatest thing about you and Lal Sir is your love of acting. He said that you're both superstars. You're very rich, you're very famous. You don't need to prove anything. Everybody knows you're incredible actors. But you just love acting. And that's what is so joyful to watch, is that you'll just keep doing it and do it so incredibly well. How do you stay in love over 45, 50 years?
Very human. Very human. You will have a lot of money, you are safe and you are bringing, you don't need money. And why you are coming and interviewing me? It's your passion.
Yeah.
Why these politicians, when they are 90 or 100, still they want to be in politics? Why Mukesh Ambani is making such money? It's not for, not going to use all the money he is making.
No.
But it's the pleasure they are getting. I'm not comparing me and him, no chance.
Yeah.
But it is human. Whatever you have, you will need for more. That is greed, absolutely. Kind of, when you can explain it in a different way.
And there's never a day, so when
See,
you...
people used to say, I want to die on the stage.
Yes.
I want to die while I'm acting. That kind of people are, great actors.
Yeah.
And why? This is the breath. Once you lose your breath, your actor is dead. When you are dying, your actor is dying. Otherwise, still he wants to live.
Yeah.
We both, maybe any actor. I'm not comparing me or somebody. Any actor is like that. You can call a very weak man, he has been a good actor, he's not even to make move. If you call him for a role, he will come and do his best. I heard of some actors like M.R. he was very weak physically. But people cast him in different roles. But when he will be sitting in the set, and when the director called for the shot, and he'll be brought by two people holding him. When the director says start, they will be holding. Camera also, they will be holding. Action only, they will leave. He will be with full strength on the shot. When the director say cut, they will come and roll. That's the way it is.
Oh, dang. That's a true story?
Yeah.
So there are actors like that.
Wild.
So this is a passion.
Yeah. But sir, in all these years, are there days when you wake up in the morning and you don't feel like being on a set? You don't feel like being
course
that
he does.
character. Has that happened, and what do you
No.
do in that
Oh,
moment?
when you're physically tired, sometimes you may feel of taking rest, otherwise no rest.
No rest.
There is no shoot. You can take rest for a day, not for a month or a week. That will affect you.
Really, not even for a week. You don't like to go on holidays and stuff?
Holiday, of course, that because I have a film to be done, or I'm in the middle of the film, or there is a film waiting for me. That is enough for me.
Right. You have to know it's there.
It's there.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it true that you want to watch or try to watch a film a day?
That is not possible every day because I'll be shooting. If I get time, I will watch. Of course. Now you have big library online.
Yeah. Yeah. And how do you decide what to see? Do people recommend?
I don't know. I don't take any recommendations. See, I used to recommend films to people, those who have missed them. Some films which actually are not talked well or criticized or reviewed well, if I happen to see that, I will fully watch, and if I feel it's good, I used to tell people to watch it.
Yeah.
Some unnoticed, underrated films.
And so, is it true that when you were in college in Ernakulam, you were already, of course, very much into acting. You wanted to be an actor. And when people asked you what your name is, you said Omar Sharif.
Because that my name, I was thinking very old. I know some people, it's my grandfather's name actually. See, but you can see, you feel how old it is. This Mammootty people,
That's
this
his
name was very
grandfather's name happened to be
So I was
Omar
feeling-
Sharif.
I was really
I guess.
teenager then. So I just lied because I know someday they will find me out. And that was for fun also. Even when my second year in my law college, there was a teacher in the class. She's coming in, and she was being introduced by every student. Her name is Narani Kuti teacher. And I just stood up and say, I'm Prem Nasir. That's there. And I met her after I became an actor with her in her quarters. She is married to a military man. I was shooting there and I met her there. Then she said, you kept your word.
That's so lovely. That is so lovely. But earlier when you said there were years when you had so many releases, when you were doing so many films. So I read that in 1986 you had 35 releases.
Holy shit.
How did you?
I told you this because we won't take 150 days like now or 30 days, 40
But
days.
how do you even know which character you're in or what you're
I
doing?
don't know.
You can do that?
I can do that. Even you have missed schedules, you have to come after 10 days, 15 days, 20 days, 30 days, 1 month, 1 year. Still we'll know. One shot you can manage. We won't be able to find out which was taken now or then.
So it's in the computer.
It's there.
Even when you do 35 films in a year.
Yes.
That's incredible. And one of those years, later, I read that in 1998, Fazil sir, Fahad's dad, made a film with you and Lal sir. Hari Krishan's, I think, was the name. And it was both of you with Juhi Chawla. And at that time...
With double climax.
Exactly! A double climax
That
in which...
actually, that was a marketing technique.
Right.
Because we have finally, in certain prints, either of the actor will be getting.
Correct.
So, and people
You had to
watch
see it
one
twice.
film,
Yeah.
and the other theater is with the other actor getting it. Then they will discuss, of course, what is the climax? This is the climax. No, you come and watch it. See, we wanted to make more people to watch it.
So in some of the prints, Lal sir
But that-
ended up
that-
with Juhi Chawla, and in some prints, you ended up with Juhi Chawla.
Finally, but initially, nobody will get.
And it didn't work. This experiment.
Actually, some mistake was happening in between. They send the prince with me getting the lady to some place where I have more fans. Fans is you cannot count.
Correct.
But that was the mistake. Actually, this was the intention. We used to sell that then the interactive cinema.
Correct.
The people's wish, according to theatre, you can watch. If you want to Mammootty getting, go to this theatre. Mohanlal getting, you go to this theatre. It's long, long ago.
But it's such a great story. You know, I also, and of course, you've said that Patriot is not about stars in that sense,
way.
right? But I have to ask you. So a couple of months ago, there was the teaser for the new Kamal sir and Rajni sir film, right? And it's like a promotional video. It's obviously not part of the film. But at the end of that video, they're both sitting in the car with the director Nelson, and each one of them says, who's the hero? So, did you and Lal sir ever ask Mahesh who is the hero of Patriot?
We both know that plot is the hero.
That's lovely.
Nice.
Plot is the hero.
Plot is
Yeah.
the hero.
That is how we see. He doesn't. It's not very mandatory that Mammootty, Mohanlal should act in this film.
It's
It's
Mammoot's,
his
actually.
wish because he liked the subject and liked the role. He deliberately wanted to.
Great shirt. Plot is the hero.
Otherwise, there is no need for him to act in this film, comparatively. We used to do both. I will go and act in this film. He'll come to me. There is a role, they'll call. There is no such kind of ego,
Yeah.
no such kind of thing. Everything, every film. He was acting in, recently he was acting with Dilip.
Yeah.
And I also acting with youngsters in cameos.
Yeah.
It happens.
But sir, it takes a certain generosity and selflessness, especially when you attain this level of stardom that you both have, to not have an ego, right? To not say, why isn't this film just about me? How do you keep that? How do you maintain the artist and keep the art above the stardom?
Is that not a good quality?
It's a great quality.
Let's enjoy it.
I'm saying, sir, teach some other people also how to have this
Why
quality.
should, let them learn. Why should we teach? See, this is your experience teaching you.
Yeah.
In some time you are having why he, that's there. That's, see, when you go experienced as humans, they will forget all these things.
Yeah.
When you go older, you will become more human.
Is that what happens?
It is.
Tell that to the U.S. politicians.
I don't know when these people fight, people in the war
You
will become
should
more humans.
be more human.
Yeah. Tell me, what do you think is the most important quality for an artist to have?
Acting.
You have to know it.
Acting.
Yes.
That is the best quality.
Yeah.
But if you have an feeling or a passion, even if you don't know that what the technique of acting, in due course you will learn it automatically.
Yeah.
You will. You can see initially some actors are not that very good when how they are now. They are learning. It's a learning process everywhere is happening.
I have just a few questions about the forthcoming films, right? You talked about cameos. And of course, I spoke to Dulquer about Loka, which I loved. It was my favorite film of last year. And we talked about Muthon. And he said that he cannot take it for granted that you will play the role. He said, I have to earn it.
No, they didn't tell me that I am there. Initially, he did not come. His manager, his friend, he asked me to give a voice. Venda. No. That is the only thing I did. The hand used in the film is not mine. In the film came only that they said it is you and your hand. Now it has come the responsibility of me to act. Actually, they cheated me and did it.
His son didn't.
But he says,
That's the history story behind it.
sir, he says you're proud, but you're not convinced about playing the role. So please become convinced. I'm just saying as a fan.
I told them not only if at all I convinced you, I have to convince you about my fees. That they had to get convinced.
And what can you tell us about Padyatra?
Padayatra, after a long time, me and Aruji is joining together for a movie. Again, it's a content-oriented or a plot-oriented film. I told you I'm playing a doctor.
Yeah.
Doctor who actually wanted to serve the poor and the Adivasi colonies in the forest. This were, downtrodden. That is a story about. We all know that there are so many people like that.
Yeah.
I have even met a doctor in Wayanad. He takes his scooter with his wife, with medicine. He goes to the forest and treat people.
Mm.
Same doctor. He sells his properties and go to the forest and purchase some land and construct a small hospital, dispensary kind. He stays then and treat. It's again a passion.
Yeah. It is a passion. It is a passion. Okay, so one last question. What is your hope for Malayalam cinema in the next few years? It's become the cinema of the country. All of us look at Malayalam cinema and say, we wish we could do that. What do you want Malayalam cinema to do?
As a Malayali, I wish Malayalam cinema should become international. Now the barrier of language is gone.
Yeah.
Initially, you were not watching any Malayalam films.
Yeah.
Now you started watching Malayalam films. We are making films, good films, even then also, but we did not have more audience.
Yeah.
Now, with the modern technology, the cinema is going to more people.
Yeah.
I want Malayalam cinema to go to more and more and more people. I think it will, because this response, we also are aware of this audience out there.
Yeah.
So we'll be conscious when we make new things.
And I think Patriot is really one of those films that could be a big breakthrough. It looks really interesting. I cannot wait to see it. So thank you. I know you're not such
Have you
a
ever
fan.
thought of me playing a vampire?
I would love to see that. Will you play a vampire?
Suspense.
Can I tell you, when I saw Brahmayugam, I was afraid of your teeth. You know, when you did.
My teeth are very nice.
They're very lovely here. I sent a message to Dulkar. I said, I've never been afraid of teeth, but your father made me
That is
afraid of
dangerous.
teeth. It was incredible.
Dangerous only.
Please play a vampire. You'll be fab.
Inshallah.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you so
for the
much.
time. Very nice it was.
Thank you.
He's a sweet man.
Yeah.
He's you can also tell he's one of those guys that probably doesn't like doing interviews.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't take himself and the art, not that he doesn't take the art seriously, but he doesn't I think probably romanticize it like a lot of people that love him romanticize him and his work.
Yeah.
And he probably doesn't like doing interviews because he just likes doing the work. And he seems like one of those, even though I think they said he was the one that probably is a little more prep oriented than Mohanlal, who is a little more spontaneous, which Rick said is De Niro and Pacino. If you know anything about them, they're two very different acting methods, but no less great actors to each other. So I think that's a good comparison between those two.
Yeah, Val Kilmer talked about that when they were doing Heat. And
I've still never seen it, so don't give me spoilers.
Well, you know that De Niro and Pacino were in it.
Yes, I know that.
Yeah. And you know they have a scene together.
Yes.
Okay, so Kilmer was talking about how and when they had that scene together, it was just stereotypical Bobby De Niro and Al Pacino. Is that Robert De Niro came to set. I mean, he'll improv, but he comes very prepared, all the words, all the backstory, where he's supposed to be, where the camera angles are going to be, and he's done his homework. He's very specific, and he's ready to go. Al comes in, and Al, he knows the script, but he's not going to be off. It's not going to be what was written. He's going to say the things he wants to say, and it's never going to be the same thing twice, and it's going to be a little bit wild, and but De Niro loves that because De Niro can improv and he'll just go off with him. And that's very much, it seems, these guys' style. It seems like Mohanlal's the Pacino
Yeah.
and Mammootty is the De Niro.
Yeah. And I love that because I think I love improv. I think improv is fun. But also the most important thing I can give to any actor in terms of like advice, especially for auditioning, is get the lines down as fast as you can. You don't have to practice them. Just get them down. And then it's a lot easier to play. At least to me. To some, no. There are others that like Steve Carell's. They just work. Robin Williams. They work on different levels than normal people in terms of improv. They are just otherworldly in terms of their talent for improvising. So obviously, not to say that one method works for everybody because it doesn't. That's why, Daniel Day-Lewis does his own thing, and everybody's like, "No, I don't do that."
Yeah,
but also Daniel Day-Lewis is the greatest actor, of all time. So there's something like you can like make fun of it all you want, but then what he puts out there is like, oh, maybe I do.
Yeah, that's what boggles my mind about Marlon Brando. The amount of times that guy has had his lines written on cue cards.
Yeah.
But he makes it feel and look. I could never do that. It would look like I'm reading.
Yeah, 100% same.
But Brando can do it.
Yeah. That used to be a lot more prevalent as well. There's still sometimes that you'll see, especially if Saturday Night Live does it, obviously, all the time. But that's a different medium than film. And so I feel like the only time I've ever heard it more recently is older actors. And so it was a lot more prevalent back in the day for people to write cue cards, because also a lot of these actors were doing 10 to 15 movies a year.
Yeah.
And they didn't have as much time as you do now, or technology to like your lines are on your phone in the car on your way to set. Because that is common. So like in terms of like, if you're the star of the movie, so you have all these lines, so you can't just memorize the entire film all at once. That's just not possible. And because the way shoots are done, they're done out of order. So a lot of times you'll know your scenes you're doing days ahead usually. And so once you're done shooting that day, you'll start learning your lines for the next day. Or you're learning your lines on set, in makeup chairs, on your way to set.
Right.
That's very common, especially for big roles. Smaller roles, bit parts, you should have your lines memorized. It's bad if you do not.
Yeah, and especially when you've been memorizing, but then you show up the next day and they come in with different color pages and go, "We did some rewrites for you."
Yeah. So it's a big thing. It's wonderful to hear, and that's kind of what I expected from Mammootty in terms of being all about story and plot and acting, not taking himself seriously, not having an ego. It's just, you could tell by the style of films he does that he doesn't have that. And also he's been blessed too that his audiences, and maybe he's part of why the audiences are this way, they want more content than just to see him as the star. Although they do want to see him as the star, they want a good movie to go along with it.
Yeah, Malayalam cinema has a long history now of caring more about plot than about a star.
Yeah. And obviously I'm sure there's people that are more educated on it than us that could probably write a book about why that is for that specific industry. Not that they're the only industry.
They probably have. There probably is a book.
not that they're the only industry that does it. Every industry has great movies and has for a long time, but they've been uniquely predominantly about story and acting for a long time. And I feel like more recently, maybe it's just because they've always been small, so that's all they could do, is that they're small budgets. They can't do these massive movies a lot of times.
Yeah.
Until recently now, where they are doing it, but they're story-driven massive movies.
Thank goodness.
Like Loca or the hopefully the Patriot, obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's always fun to hear. I was so sad when Patriot got bumped from IFLA because I was so hoping Lal or Mammootty or Fafa or Nayantara or one of these stars were going to be joining them. I could only
Yeah.
dream it would have been Mammootty.
Yeah.
That would have been like if I could choose, it would be Mohanlal, Mammootty, Fafa. And you know how much I love Fafa. Like to put him below them, because they're like the only two that I would put below.
Yeah. Of course.
Fafa below. Nobody else I would put below Fafa, above
No.
Fafa, especially from the Malayalam industry. But yeah, it'd be so fun to act with him. If you could act with Prime Pacino or Prime De Niro, who would it be? Only one. You can only do one. What a scene.
De Niro.
Bob De Niro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would just love to see what Al Pacino does, though.
Yeah. Taking nothing away from how fun it would be to work with Pacino, and it would depend on the role.
Yeah.
But there's a consistency and a expansiveness
Yeah.
in the choices De Niro has made, and a consistency with which his performances. I've seen Pacino do some pretty horrible performances.
Yeah. For sure.
And I've not seen De Niro do that.
Mm.
And I've seen him take some big risks. So, but I mean, you kidding me? If I had the opportunity to work with Al Pacino, I would jump at that as fast as I possibly could. But it would be De Niro. De Niro, of those two, De Niro's my favorite.
Yeah. De Niro's awesome. I feel like, as you said, Pacino takes bigger swings, probably.
Yeah, on the day, he takes big swings, man.
Which is why he probably has maybe some more iconic character. Not that De Niro doesn't. De Niro has a billion iconic characters, right?
Yeah.
But he like Scarface and, The Godfather. Pacino, I feel like, is more iconic for The Godfather than De Niro is.
Yeah.
But
Well, and as much as, I mean, if you look at the two actors, see, that's where Pacino takes these big swings, and he either hits it out of the park
Or he
or he
misses.
completely
Yeah.
whiffs.
Yeah, for sure.
And he has more lines to quote than De Niro does, even though they've done comparable movies.
Hoo-ha!
You can do, hoo-ha, and
great ass.
yeah, just keep going down. Say hello to my little friend.
I wonder
Come
how many.
on.
I wonder how many of the iconic lines are improvised. I wouldn't be shocked if it's a lot.
I bet they all are.
Yeah, or it's just his delivery and how he decides to. But
Yeah.
what another thing Mammootty was saying is I can't give the same take twice. I fully relate to that. And I feel like most actors probably do, is because it's a different moment. It's even though you do have to, like, if they're like, I need it the exact same way, you got to try. It's gonna be a little different. Because you're in a different headspace. It's possible it's a different day. A lot of times they have to do makeup shoots. But a lot of times, one of the great things, and a lot of actors and filmmakers will say this, you do scenes and you do it how the director wants, how it's written down, and then you play. Because you've already gotten what you think you definitely need, but then you try to make some magic happen. And that's where a lot of the greatest scenes of all time are done. Just because
Some of the greatest lines in cinema history were written by the actors.
Yeah. Because obviously and I'm sure there's more stinkers than there are great lines of.
Yeah.
They only show you the good bloopers from Anchorman, right?
Right.
I'm sure there's a bunch that everybody's like, what the fuck did you just say?
That doesn't work at all.
It's a collaborative art form, man. It's awesome. And I love hearing Mammootty talk. It's also Mamoots. Mamoots. You should know this by now. We coined the name for you, and you're welcome.
Mamoots.
You're welcome. Anyways, that was great. Let us know what other interviews we should react to. Which we are next, Mohanlal and Mammootty movies that we should watch. And anything else we need to know down below?
The biggest, the baddest, wackiest, funniest, filmiest show on earth.
Never